For cable and internet, the shit is like $3.18 a month. Who is paying that?
That's ridiculous.
And then the thing about it is, they don't charge the rich people this shit. They charge us to it. They get that shit for free because they sponsored it. A lot of them get that shit for free.
I see why niggas fire stick on y'all ass.
All that shit, the clothes, the shoes, all that shit rich people get for free. So your dumb, goofy, po ass can buy it. And that's exactly what happens.
Yeah.
They do not pay for none of that shit. They get that shit for free. And we the ones who buying this shit. Motherfucking title. I don't even know why I had this shit anyway. Just because the nigga black. But guess what I went to? The company I'm invested in, Apple. I should have been with them all along.
That's what you say. It's time to cut back like the Great Depression.
That's a fact. Is shit right? Cut the shit back.
Beans and rice.
I don't mind beans and rice, but I don't want to be forced to eat like potato skins and shit. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, man. Niggas do need to cut back. We do.
You know, I kind of got to.
All that eating out and all that shit. Yeah. Go cook some rice.
You know what I do a lot of is a lot of petty spending, though. I mean, I'm talking about shit under $10. Like
that shit adds up quick.
Yeah, real quick. Like I be looking at my statement, I'll $3 you to death. Like 3, 4, 5, anything other than 10. Like I whip out my card so quick, and that's something I realize like I gotta, bag up off of. If I can't pay with it, with cash, then I probably don't need it. Once I use up my cash, I ain't buying no more.
That's how that's what I did when I paid my car. I was able to pay my car off a year ahead of time because I cut out all that little frivolous spending.
Yeah.
So I was like, yeah, I know what you mean, man. Like, and bro, you just said 3. How much?
What?
Like when you was for all the internet and the cable?
Because then they'll tell you, oh, you need to bundle it. So then they'll try to give you a landline too, but it ain't no more landline though. You know, Xfinity got mobile service.
I just seen it.
Mobile service now.
I was looking. I'm like, damn, they got a mobile service. I might switch over.
So you know what they do?
What?
They'll bundle you. They'll give you the mobile service, the internet, and the cable for like $3.18, $400 or something like that.
But like somebody said though, but now you have the individual services. So you got your Hulu, your Prime.
And they killing you. They steady going up.
Right. And they steady going up. That shit is damn near the same price as cable.
Cable, yep. Especially if you got all them services. Yeah. So, nigga, I got like 2. Somebody of my, you want my 2? You'll go get another 2. We switch.
You get 2,
yeah.
I get 2, you get 2.
And that's why they trying to crack down
on.
That's it.
That's all I got is stars.
And then now that's why they trying to crack down on password shit.
Yeah.
Because it's not too many people buying the services. It's the same group of people buying the services.
There's a reason why niggas ain't buying the service.
Shit is too high.
Too high.
Because Netflix started out at like, what, $7?
$7.99. That shit $21 now.
What else is pricing me out? I don't buy gas in the city. That's pricing me out. I don't buy gas at all in the city.
It's always like 40 cents more.
If I gotta buy gas in the city, I'm finna put $3 in the tank and ride to the nearest.
I thought I was the only one that do shit.
I'm not
like
finna
that.
do that.
I thought I was the only one nigga that do shit.
Hell no, boy. What? No. I'm not buying shit in this. What?
Hey, boy, I got a Sam Club.
Hey, I'm not buying shit east of Harlem.
Boy,
my cousin, you ain't gonna buy no t-shirts.
No, I'm saying gas. Gas.
Oh, okay.
I'm not buying shit east of Harlem.
My cousin said that shit too. I told him I don't come across Harlem unless I'm wanting my haircut. He was like, you don't just be sitting in the hood? Like, for what? No. He was like, man, you can just, I'm like, okay, bro. Bro, look, I got a lot to lose.
You talking about just sitting?
Bro, look, I got a lot to lose. I started telling motherfucker how much, let me stop. Cause then y'all gonna be seeing.
Just sit.
And yeah, I'm gonna just stop.
You see a spaceship? Why would you just be sitting?
Hey, boy, I just like, look, man, y'all can get them shits that y'all gonna wear holes and shit in. Nigga, when I jump out of what I jump out in, with this motherfucking. Never mind. Let's next subject.
Okay. Well, this is allegedly Queen Petty Lex.
Who's Queen Petty?
The originator of the TikTok. So she's not a younger person, at least if this is her.
All the shit she doing like a younger person. She got a bonnet on and damn near everything. Hold on, she's spitting up. She spit it out. She ain't swallow.
She must got
what?
She must got a white husband.
She ain't swallow.
She look like the type.
She spit it out.
Oh, I'm like, where's this going? See, I don't.
But you do have stuff called like quiet quitting. Stuff like that, or what is it?
It was quiet quitting. I think it was.
Look here.
But no, to her point, I'll be honest. The sentiment is right. I think the sentiment is right because it is getting expensive out here. It is getting expensive, and I've been noticing things that I used to do. I'm like, you know what?
I ain't doing that no more.
You know what? I don't do it anymore, whatever it is, or I do it less.
Yeah.
Right. To make sure that I'm living within my means, and that's really what it comes down to. That's what it comes down to. If it's getting too expensive for you to live where you're going to live, then move. Granted, it's not just 1, 2, 3 like that, but it's not as difficult as someone might make it out to be.
I think also it's like where you're move. I mean, because you can't just move, but then it's like safety involved.
Right.
You know, so it almost kind of be like, all right, I might as well just stay here because I don't want to move anywhere lesser.
Right.
And now I'm dealing with a different type of riffraff.
So that means you have to, on some of your hobbies, you have to come down.
I have to come down on the hobbies.
Go get another job.
That's exactly
Go
what
get
I
another
was
job.
saying.
Now you only have so much time with your free time that you can hang out and bullshit. So now that'll make you even much more valuable because now you'll stop hanging with not like-minded people.
Yeah.
You feel me? We hang together because we like-minded people. We always at work. We always with our families. And then when we do come together, we want some chill shit. We not on no rowdy shit. We want some laid-back shit that we can still have a podcast without having a podcast.
Basically.
I don't know about y'all, but I'm almost 40. So I'm not finna just be out kicking it anyway. Like, I'm not, like you said, Cuz said, why don't you just be hanging out west?
No.
The fuck I gonna do that for? Only place I hang out is really on the lake because it's that type of vibe. You know what I'm saying? That's me. I hang out on the lake. You know, I like nature. I like shit like that. I like being outside. But I'm not finna just hang out on no blocks. I tell you that for damn sure.
I've never been that person. Even my other cousin was just looking like, he's never been there. I've never been that person. I've never been the person that sit on corners, hangs on blocks, that bends blocks in a car. Like, I might have did that. I can count on both of my hands, old as I am right now, how many times I've did that, because that's wasting gas. Like, nigga, find somewhere to go so we can stop. You wasting gas. Nigga, my car don't take motherfucking Thornton gas or no gas saving all that shit. Like, I don't go to them places to fill up my car. I'm not for to be getting a new motor and you running water through my system in my car. No, we're not doing that. You feel me?
Yeah.
So, it's... And, too, what I want to piggyback on both of what y'all said, too. You motherfuckers on the internet, keep listening to other people if you want to. Do what the fuck is best for you. You listen to that girl if you want to, and she had your ass out here on the streets and she going to work because y'all dumbass listen to her. Do what is best for you. I don't give a fuck what black person said. I don't give a fuck what we said. I don't give a fuck how much advice we gave you or whatever. Do what's best for you. Because what's best for you is not best for us. We can probably withstand it. You probably can't. So if you want to quietly quit and not go to work, you already behind on your rent too much, I think your ass better go to work. Because you listening to her and you already behind.
Yeah, I mean, that kind of goes with, I don't know if y'all seen the video with Glorilla, and she was saying, she was telling the young ladies basically to be, basically ratchet or whatever in your 20s.
Yeah.
You know, you do that in your 20s because by the time you hit your 30s, you can't do that no more.
Yeah.
But I'm like, if you're doing all that in your 20s, by the time you get your 30s, it might be too late.
And you behind on a lot of shit.
Yeah, I mean, you're being not just ratchet, but you know what I'm saying, turning up and doing all that shit. A lot of that shit need to it's black people, we need to just cut that shit off across the board. I get having, you know what I'm saying, you want to have fun from time to time. But every weekend, everything ain't a fucking celebration. You know what I'm saying? Like, you motherfuckers turn funerals into a goddamn, like, let's celebrate the life. This nigga done died. He done got killed on the street. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Selling drugs, whatever it is.
Nigga done killed about 4 people before he died.
And they making it a celebration. Nigga, it's not celebration time. That's what we do as black people. I don't know if that's part of the culture.
Don't talk too much on that, because then you hating. You an old head. You don't know nothing about the culture. You don't know nothing about the life. You can't say too much about that, because then that's a problem. Because you're speaking the truth. That's a problem.
This is one from what I've observed.
That's a problem because you're speaking the truth.
I am probably what they consider an old head. I am almost 40.
You a hater?
I mean, shit, I probably am. I'm alive though. I'm still alive.
But that's what it is, though.
Still alive.
But when you talk about stuff like that, you're a hater.
Yeah, whatever. I'm just saying.
You don't know no better. Why you talking down on me? Why you judging me? Why you doing this? Why you doing that? But I'm trying to give you some advice. But if I tell you, hey, go get a pistol and go rob dude ass, That's the realest shit ever. That's the realest shit ever you ever said. Because I heard Spacer say this too. All the negative shit, that's the real shit. You said that last week, didn't you? You said something to that because I had tuned out after that. You said like it's always like because you was talking about Keke Palmer of how how
everything that we champion is
negative
stuff.
Yeah, it's the bad stuff. It's the bad stuff. And then when you tell a motherfucker to do something right, you're wrong. You don't know nothing about me. I ain't grew up with this. I ain't grew up with that. That still don't mean you don't have to do the wrong thing. I still tell you to do the right thing. I'm not gonna give you bad advice.
That's so crazy. You just said it like that. You said, "When I tell you to do what's right, I'm wrong. But when I tell you to do what's wrong, I'm right."
Yeah.
And that's a fact.
Society is and how twisted we are as a culture and as a people.
And that is a straight fact. That's why my motherfucking son stay in school.
Quiet quitting means just to do one. Okay, it says quiet quitting doesn't actually refer to quitting one's job. It means completing one's minimum work without going above and beyond, bringing work home or overachieving.
That's just doing your job. You're just doing your basic job. That's all.
But I mean, like, see, this is the one. I guess two parts of that I disagree with what she said.
Okay.
She said, "Don't go to work for one day." So what? Everybody just gonna call in? You think what you like? How does that work? How does that reflect? Because they said just don't go on one day on September 1st, but go back September 2nd. How does that like? You still got to go back to your job.
And they send your ass home. Go ahead and take 2.
Matter of fact, now you're gonna be watching on the management's watch list or whatever. Now they're gonna be trying to find reasons to actually get rid of you. Now they're going to be on your back and trying to figure out, okay, how can we actually get rid of them? Because and then okay, cool. What if it just so happens that was your last strike?
You probably need to be at work,
right?
Do what's best for you.
Then you don't pay your rent on purpose, so what you gonna get a late fee?
You still have to pay that.
You're gonna get an eviction fee,
right? Like, come on, man. You gotta be smarter about it, man. Like that's just stupid.
Yeah, everything she said had some sense to it and it had some right to it. Because I'm getting tired of going up on the rent and all that stuff too. But I still need a place to stay. It's just it is what it is. I need a place to stay, and I like the place where I stay at. Am I looking for a house? Yes, I'm finna start looking for a house. But right now, it's not the perfect time to be buying a house with these fucking interest rates this high. Anybody with common sense will tell you don't do that really. Now, if you got the money to go ahead and fork up that money and pay all them extra, because I know Jerry Day did the math or whatever. You said it was like, what, almost damn near $500 each month on the rent?
Oh, yeah, extra, yeah.
It's like $500 more each month on your mortgage. So if you had the money to withstand that until the interest rates go down because you got a good deal on the house and then you're going to refinance and then hold it out, do your best. I don't have bread like that. I don't have bread to be giving them up for extra $500 until this shit go back down.
Yeah.
So do what's best for you, man. Do what's best for you.
Stupid people.
Well, you know, just real quick with that, it's just like what she's trying to organize kind of shows you with the young people who are looting the stores and stuff.
Yeah.
A lot of that stuff has been organized through social media because they're not the type of people, they're still young, they're not really thinking, hey, let's go down there. They're organizing through TikTok, they're organizing through Facebook and stuff like that and Instagram. That's how they get these kids to go downtown. And I mean, you think of like back in the day. Back in the day, we wasn't thinking about going downtown and tearing up shit.
Man, will fuck you clean up.
So I think it's a bigger agenda in play with that, because we just spoke about that earlier. It's something bigger and there's a bigger agenda in play as far as that.
Yeah, and then if it just so happens, let's just say TikTok does, because TikTok is the quickest way to pass information right now.
Yeah,
the fastest way.
Yeah.
If it just so happens that TikTok gets shut down, now you're gonna have everybody crying and complaining. Give us TikTok back. We should be able to post whatever we want to.
It's not your shit. They can take this shit down right now. We do not own YouTube. I own a couple shares, but I don't own YouTube. We do not own YouTube. We do not own none of this shit we really about. So people always talking about, I'm a boss this, I'm a boss that. You don't own shit really, bro. But you own some liquor?
Absent Beauty said the revolution will not be televised. Too much talking and not enough action.
It's a fact too. But niggas be sitting up here talking about all this shit about they want to boycott this. We don't own shit. We don't own not a motherfucking thing. And I'm always talking shit about it. You know they can strip you of this shit, right? You see Fresh and Fit, they ass off YouTube too now. Talking all that shit. But now y'all ass off too now, right? Be mindful of what you say on these other people's platforms. It's not your shit. It's not your shit, so stop it. Like, you can talk all that boss shit you want to talk. You don't own this shit. The real bosses don't say they bosses. They just take your shit away from you. Show you who the boss.
Or you could be some type of pundit. Like, you don't necessarily even got to say you're a boss. I mean, look at the whole ESPN crowd that got rid of.
Yeah.
Now you basically got people over there that don't know sports at all.
Yep.
The people they could pay the
They
least.
just refurbish it out. But they do that shit all the time, though.
But even before, they had people who knew the game.
Yeah, they just flesh out most of the old talent that been there for a minute. They flesh that out. Guess who's gonna be the next wave? Stephen A. Smith. His ass coming up.
No,
he knows it's coming up.
But what I'm saying is, even they flush people out, but they were bringing in people that still knew the game.
No. Oh, okay.
Now you're flushing out people, and it's
putting
like
motherfuckers on there.
Yeah,
social
just
media
to meet a quota or whatever it is that you're trying to do.
Social media influencers and shit put up there. They don't know shit about sports.
What's the girl name? I forget her
Malika.
name. Malika Andrews?
Yeah.
She don't like brothers.
Diversity, equity, and inclusion, man. I think what do you think about that? You think it was a DEI hire?
It could have been. I think a lot of this shit is.
Ain't she married to a white man?
I'm not sure who she married to, but I know she don't like the brothers.
I thought she was married to a white man.
Her and Sage still.
Sage leaving. Sage said she gone. She got enough and she got.
We won't watch it because of you.
Speaking of. This Sha'Carri Richardson thing, man. I know y'all heard about it.
Shout out to Sha'Carri. Doing the motherfucking thing, you know. She put the weed down.
Yeah. And that's the thing. This piggyback right off what we just said. When you talk to motherfucker about doing the wrong thing, they say you hate. Everybody that told Sha'Carri that she was wrong for smoking the weed, doing all what she doing all that, they call them hating. They say, don't jump on her bandwagon now because she's back. Just because you told her what she did was wrong?
Nah, I think more so from what I was seeing, it wasn't necessarily... It was more so Jamaicans, because that's who your main competition in those runs are.
Yeah.
The Jamaicans was shitting on her. You know what I mean? Like they were.
So it wasn't the Americans that was doing it. It was Jamaicans.
I mean, you had black people in here. Hey, you need to put the weed down, so on and so forth. But it was more so. See, you know, they were just basically going in on her. You know what I'm saying basically she's less than, and that was really the issue from what I saw. Just going through comments and stuff like that.
Yeah.
That it's always a separation. There's always a divide between. If we both black, we both black. But they want to separate.
They don't want to be like they want to separate.
Which is fine, but it's like okay, when the
true.
Jamaicans won, it's we Jamaicans. It's not we all black. When Sha'Carri win, it's we all black. You know what I'm saying? Like
Jamaica jumping on it too.
Yeah, now you jumping on it. You see what I'm saying? That's the problem, and that's the problem that I have with other black, quote unquote, black people throughout the diaspora. It's like when you do some shit good, it's the Nigerians. When you do some shit good, it's the Ethiopians or whoever the fuck. But when black people do some shit good, it's all black people. Yeah. When the motherfucking Nigerian do some wild shit, it's all black people.
No.
You see what I'm saying? Yeah. Keep the same energy. That Nigerian did some wild shit. Yeah. That Jamaican did some wild shit. That Dominican did some wild shit. Yeah. You see what I'm saying? Just like you gonna put it on us when we do some wild shit.
So you saying, whatever it is from the get-go, keep that same energy on both.
Sha'Carri was smoking weed. Not, you know what I'm saying?
It's all black people.
Black people or the American blacks smoke. Oh, look, see, she fucked up the bag. Blah, 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 blah.
Yeah.
She win. Oh, look at us black people.
Yeah. Okay.
We're winning out here. Jamaicans win. Hey, we winning. Jamaicans shoot some shit up. Oh, man, us black people need to, you see what I'm saying? It's like, and when you think black, you default to American black. That's what you think.
True, yes.
You're not thinking about any other culture.
Yep.
You default, your automatically mindset is like American black. This is what you're thinking about. You ain't thinking about no nigga in Sudan. Nigga with a bone in his nose. You see what I'm saying? Nobody talking. Everybody want to be Egyptian, but they don't want to be the nigga with the bone in their nose.
Congratulations to her.
Yeah, facts. She bounced back. That's what you're supposed to do.
Yeah,
you take your lick. You take all the criticism. You go. You disappear. You get your shit together. Now when you come back stronger and better than forever. And I don't think it was hating. I think people were just disappointing you because you should have been better than that. I don't care what happened or what's going on. You know you can't smoke weed. Don't be smoking weed.
That's really my sentiment. That's really my sentiment of the whole thing. Like you got punished for doing what you weren't supposed to do.
Yeah, and then they told us Michael Phelps doing it. Nigga, she not white. Like, what the fuck? You know we get, and I understand that. I don't like people who say that shit. Oh, well, white people do it. Nigga, we not white. We dark. And y'all steady we can't be like them. It is what it is. What the fuck? I understand it's not fair. Yeah, well, it's not fair. But that's just, it is what it is. You think I'm finna get pulled up by the police and do what another fat white motherfucker do? No, I'm finna do what a fat black motherfucker do. Shut the fuck up and let him do what the fuck you gonna do so I can get the fuck on to my family. I can't talk back. I have to be quiet.
You ain't. I know my rights, ass nigga.
No, hell no. I'm shutting the fuck up. Now, one thing I will say, and Jay every day don't like when I say this. I don't give a fuck who you are. Don't ask me where I'm going. My motherfucking wife and my motherfucking son don't ask me where I'm going.
I don't mind. Shit, I'm that type of motherfucker too.
What?
Don't ask.
No, I'm talking about the police.
Oh, the police? I'm going
X,
Y, and Z because I do want to make it home. You know
I'm one of them ones like, because I got into it with one of them. We didn't get into it, but I asked him like respectfully, like, bro, why do y'all ask another grown man where they going? And he was like, I don't know, it's just a start conversation. I'm like, but we're not friends. And then he said,
right
he said,
that was it.
He said, you know what? You're right. I'm gonna just write your ticket. I'm gonna let you go and be out with you. Thank you, sir. And go on by my business. But I talked to him though. I wasn't yelling. I wasn't being disrespectful. I was asking questions.
I don't even want to ask him questions.
But he said that. But boy,
hey, where you going? X, Y, and Z.
Yeah, but
where you coming from? X, Y, and Z.
Where you going? That way. Where you coming from? That way.
Yeah, that works. All that works. I work within here.
Yeah.
I'm answering questions just so in your mind you know this nigga ain't. Yep.
That way. North. Where you coming from?
I mean, like I said, I've been pulled over. I've handed the police my license. This nigga's gonna ask me to say my address. Nigga, it's clearly on there, but you think I'm finna be like, nigga, why are you gonna ask me to say my?
Hey, I asked you to ask you.
Hey, boy, it's bump. That's what it is. You see what I'm saying?
Hey, I know I'm gonna turn this into police stories, but bro, I had mine hanging out the window. That Negro came to the car and said, "Oh, you a smart motherfucker, huh?" I say, "What?"
He was a Negro?
Said, huh?
He was a Negro?
No.
You said he was a Negro.
It was just, he said, you a smart motherfucker. I say, what I do? He said, I ain't asked you for that shit. I was like, you was going to. How you know I was going to do that? I was like, my bad, dog. And I put it back in and then I handed it to him. I'm like, what the fuck is going on here?
I'm different, man. Where you going? I'm headed home, sir.
I ain't even finna serve you. I'm headed home.
I don't know.
So now I just be waiting until they get to the car. Then I had about Wayne did that shit no more.
Well, I mean, to be honest, I ain't even been pulled over.
Yeah, I ain't been pulled over a minute.
Yeah, it's been a minute for me.
My last time I got pulled over was for some tents, for my tents, and he just wanted to know how dark they are. He said, I'm not gonna give you a ticket. I said, oh, okay. Well, how dark are they? I said, since you ain't gonna give me a ticket, they 5%. You know,
yeah. Shit. Told his ass 35.
No,
last time I checked it was 35. That's what they told me when I bought the car.
My shit 5%. You said they wouldn't give me no ticket. It's 5%.
Hey,
you ain't pull out the little reader.
Guess what I've been doing the research on?
What?
Front windshield.
I think it's 50% in the front, ain't it?
I'm on a 35.
You can get 35.
Sheesh.
You know,
do you not want to see?
I would get 35 though, but I get it probably like halfway. Like I wouldn't get it all the way through.
I really been looking at it. I've been researching too. I'm gonna see you this video.
I've seen the
35 to 50.
35, yeah.
Okay.
But I think I just in general with this car I probably just end up.
Oh, you're gonna probably take that off anyway.
Yeah, I'm gonna take that off.
So. In regards to Shikari. Again, congratulations.
That's a fact, yeah.
I still don't care. Like, I still don't care. First of all, I don't care about sports.
Yeah.
Second of all, congratulations.
Yeah.
Like,
wish you all the best. We don't wish you no bad luck.
No, exactly.
But when you do something wrong, we on your ass. Though.
You do something. Like,
we on your ass. You should have did that shit. We not one of them people who going to oh, it'll be okay. No, we on your ass.
So this is something I really wanted to talk to y'all about.
Okay.
Have y'all heard? Maybe Naps and Beauty has heard it, but have you heard of the conversation about BRICS currency?
Bricks, no, I don't know.
All white bricks. All white bricks.
So
Bricks.
people are concerned that it's going to threaten the U.S. dollar.
Okay.
Fuck. Because there ain't nothing you can do about it. So.
If they go to it, they go to it.
Just like what Queen, whatever her name was on TikTok.
Yeah.
What can you do about it? You live and work around it, right? But so this is what the article says. It says Brazil's president called on Wednesday for the BRICS nations to create a common currency for trade and investment between each other as a means of reducing their vulnerability to dollar exchange fluctuations. Luiz Inácio Lula da Silva made the proposal at BRICS summit in Johannesburg. Officials and economists have pointed out the difficulties involved in such a project, given the economic, political, and geographic disparities between, this is BRICS, Brazil, Russia, India, China, and South Africa.
Oh, that's what BRICS stands for?
BRICS, yeah.
Okay.
Bricks. I thought it was that white shit. That cocaine.
Young Jeezy getting happy when he heard that.
Oh, man, that's Gucci. It's Gucci. Bricks.
No, I was
Oh, they finna kill you. You sit up there.
It was a joke, man.
Oh, what? They finna say this boy is not black for real.
He didn't know.
It was a joke.
He didn't know.
What you mean?
No, because he was saying all white bricks.
Oh no, I didn't know what he was saying.
He was talking about referring to Gucci, but you thought about Jeezy the Snowman.
Yeah.
That's why you were saying that. What you said? Okay.
Yeah.
I got you.
Oh, man, clean it up for him, man.
Thank you. We good.
We celebrities down in Atlanta. I would never want you to go to Atlanta. The Gucci people will pop out on you.
Hey.
Spaces, I heard you talking all that shit about Gucci. Come here, Spaces.
Well, what Carlos? You hear Carlos Miller joke about? I ain't gonna ruin it.
Do that little thing you be doing on the dance floor.
What you said? What you said? Say
that
what
little
you
thing you be
said.
doing on the dance floor.
Say it again.
Say it again. Say what you said. You
Oh my God, man.
Spaces. That's what they call you on the podcast. Spaces. Oh, your skin so glistening.
With your Albany self. Come here. Call that nigga Albany. You so vanilla.
You so light. Yeah, vanilla. Just how I like it. Spaces.
So why does Lula want a BRICS currency?
Damn. He said, well, damn.
Nancy Beauty said, I did hear about this. In my opinion, Bitcoin was just a test for this to come.
That's a good theory.
You know what? I feel like the world itself and every individual company, country, we're in a volatile state.
Yes.
And
yes.
I think it's going to get to a point, because you're talking about money and shit like that, playing with people's bag, that's going to cause a world war. And that's just it. So you're going to have that side, and then you're going to have other sides. But I think something like that is going to cause a world war. It's nothing we could do about it individually. Niggas might need war. You know what I'm saying? Because space ass, you know what I'm saying? We need to throw them. They need to be front on line, space ass.
We're going to go from space ass.
Space ass.
Hey, spaces.
Hey, space.
That's what they going to go from.
Space ass.
No, you want to identify. You identify as man now, baby. Ain't no you identify as nothing. What your birth certificate say? That's what my first will start going by.
So, Brazil's president doesn't believe the nations that don't use the U.S. dollar should be forced to trade in the currency, and also has advocated for a common currency in the Mercosur, MERCOSUR, bloc of South American countries. A BRICS currency increases our payment options and reduces our vulnerabilities. He told Summit's opening plenary session. So what y'all thinking so far? What y'all think? Like,
man. Like he said, I don't really know nothing about it, and like they say, we can't do shit about that. It's a bunch of rich, wealthy motherfuckers that's gonna discuss that and gonna do whatever they think is best. We can't do shit about that.
I think these are larger nations trying to get together with something, because you got the European nations. You know what I mean? What's the name of the currency? The euro. You got the euro. Then you had, English still have the pound. China, they're part of the BRICS. Did you?
China
and Russia, those are big.
China, Russia,
those three,
India.
China, Russia, and India, those are really big populations and powerhouses. And then you got Brazil, who's pretty much a powerhouse. Well, is the powerhouse of South America, right? South Africa, I think they're more of the developed one of Africa.
Mm-hmm.
So those guys getting together, and it's gonna cause some fluctuation and stuff like that if they do ever decide to come up with it. But you got the United States; they always got their hands in something where they're trying to cause uprisings and coups and stuff in different countries. So
yeah, they're gonna make sure they don't get this shit done.
Yeah,
they're gonna do something. They're gonna plant a bug or something.
Shit probably don't pop.
Yeah, they ain't gonna pop because motherfucker, what you call it, don't go for that shit. If the United States ain't controlling some shit, they ain't gonna let nobody else control shit. They gonna put a bug somewhere, put a spy somewhere, do something.
Mm-hmm.
Something gonna happen, goddamn.
Yeah, I really don't see how that would be sustainable, right? Because they're saying it's gonna make. I forget what it was. It was like one of. How do I say it? It's 1 to 50, I think.
Mm.
So like the BRICS currency is going to be $50, and then if they try to exchange it, and this is what I remember, if they try to exchange it for the U.S. currency, it'll equate to $1. It's like the stuff over there. I'm butchering the story. I forget.
So it's for every 50 bricks, it's going to equal one U.S. 50 bricks is 1 U.S.
You telling or asking?
I'm asking.
Oh,
I mean, that's why I was just kind of going off of what you said. But I don't see that as
basically
really
to decrease the value of the American dollar.
I mean, shit, that's doing that on its own. United States dollar was basically backed by gold, right?
Mm-hmm.
We no longer really pretty much have gold, right? So now we start backing it off shit like oil.
Mm-hmm.
So we look that shit. Just make sure my check is there on every Friday. God damn it,
And I need to get back to man.
And them tacos need to come down off the price. Shit, scoop of meat.
Scoop of meat. That's the name of this podcast. The name of this podcast is Scoop of Meat.
They think they slick today.
Yeah, scoop of meat, little cilantro, little onion.
Yeah, a little cilantro, a little onion. They don't even add cheese.
You get your ass
They add cheese, but it's gonna cost you. Add sour cream, it's gonna cost you.
Yeah.
Now you got a
They
motherfucker.
do like this. They do like this with sour cream. They give you that. Now that's 75 cents. Nigga, you stuck the spoon in there and just dab that shit. 75 cents.
And now you done everything you want on your taco. The taco that went from $4.99. Now you got one taco that costs $7.
$7 taco.
Cause you done added all this other shit to it.
Yeah, man, it's just something that I heard and I saw on YouTube Shorts.
Current, global current affairs.
Yeah.
Current events and something.
Yeah,
global.
I can get back into that too now.
Geopolitics.
I really got to get back into my stocks now. So
Geopolitics.
Yeah,
Yes.
geopolitics.
Yes. I had that tab.
I wanted to ask y'all because we are running out on time, but let's talk about They Clone Tyrone.
Oh, okay.
Oh yeah.
For those who haven't seen They Clone Tyrone, that's your loss.
It's been out
It's
for
been
a
on
minute.
Netflix for a minute. It ain't even in the top 10 no more. So
if
it's
you
been
hung
out
around
long.
this long, you might as well just cut this shit off. So what did you think about it? What's your overall perception of the movie?
I thought it wasn't the best movie in terms of like filming, but I thought the message in it was immaculate.
Mm-hmm.
Message was immaculate. I watched it twice, and then if I would have thought about it, I'm sure I'm going to watch it a third time because even after every conversation I have about it, somebody brings to my attention something that I didn't notice.
Yeah.
I absolutely loved it. And I watched the director's breakdown of it, and there's even more hidden messages, like in the scene where they were running through the club, and basically everybody was zombies. They had a low pitch saying when the zombies stopped moving, they had a really low. You have to really listen to it. It said stop, a low voice that said stop. And then I think it was when they started leaving and when they started walking away or something like that, it said the low whisper voice said as you were, and they went away. That's one of the things that it was a clip like 5 things you didn't know that was in They Clone Tyrone or something like that.
So what was something cinematically that you feel like they could have done better?
It just seemed really grainy.
I think that was the point. It did look like that, and I thought that was kind of the aesthetic they were going for.
Okay. I didn't.
You didn't care for the graininess?
No, like I mean, I didn't even know, and that's kind of a take back. I didn't even know what actual date or what time, what year it was. Because if you ask me, but when I was trying to figure out what time period it was, I thought it was like the 90s. Mm-hmm. But then kind of find out people got cell phones, the way they talk, the way they dress. Like
I thought it was like the early 2000s, like
2000s.
Between like 2000, maybe 2005 in that time period. That's what I'm thinking it was.
So I thought it was really a combination of eras. It was a combination because if you look at the cars,
it was a mess,
right?
Yeah.
But so for me, it was more so we've been doing it this long. You see what I'm saying? Where it's all eras together.
Yeah. Oh, because that Tahoe.
Yeah, you had the new Tahoe, but all the cars, it was mainly older cars.
Yeah, but then you had the newer Tahoe.
So they've been doing this for a while. That's basically what I'm saying.
Okay.
You get it? You get what I'm saying, Space?
Yeah, I get you. I get you. I was trying to find this post that was going around on Facebook that was talking about somebody posting said, "You are the clone." Mm-hmm. And I was going to read it off, but I gotta look for it.
I remember that. I think I shared that on Facebook.
So do you okay? No, we talking about this and we just all over it by this. Do you think they can really clone people now?
Oh, now I think they've been doing it forever. I think they've been like anything that they show in the movies or show in the video game, they've already done that. You see what I mean? Like, I remember playing Modern Warfare 2, and they had something. You remember they used to have what the fuck is the shits? They had different kill streaks. Right? Or have you ever played Crisis?
Mm-mm.
Yeah.
Right?
At the video arcade Crisis.
And they had
Time Crisis?
No, not Time Crisis.
Oh, that's what I was thinking about.
Crisis is it's a shooter, and they had nanotechnology. That's what they were talking about then. So this is before they were talking about nanobots and so on and so forth. And now when you talk about it, now they say, oh well, yeah, we got nanotechnology, we got bugs and stuff made, and that can spy on people and do certain things. That's based from nanotechnology stuff really that you can't really see, like a person being able to blend in with something. That's nanotechnology. Okay. So they were talking about and doing those things back then. Even if you look at something called, or even if you look at movies like Arnold Schwarzenegger and Terminator yeah. Or what's the one with Skynet?
Terminator. That's Terminator.
Skynet?
Yes, Terminator Skynet, when it blows up and it destroys the world and stuff.
Yeah. So, So you got Skynet, and then what's the other one though? He did up in space, up in Mars.
What about your one? Is it Running Time Running, or something like that?
Oh yeah, the one you was talking about.
Yeah,
with the time. What's the time?
I know what you're talking about. I can't remember the name of it.
But even that enemy of the state, just certain things they were putting out there, and they let you know, hey, we've been doing this. Okay. We do this shit. You see what I'm saying? So they're gonna do it first, and then they're gonna put it out there, and then act like, oh, this is new technology. Nah, this shit 30, 40, 50 years in the making already.
Yeah.
This is old technology. Internet and shit, the stuff that we're using. This is old technology.
Yeah, they've
been doing this shit.
Yeah, they've been working on it already. They just put it in.
Yeah, now it's for us.
It's really like, look what we're making this visible to you now, but we've been doing it for 5-10 years. Like they don't.
Man, they've been doing this shit for a long time.
Yeah, she said zombie movies. What you call it, Sue?
Zombie movies, video games. The CDC listed at outbreak prevention strategy on their website. Exactly that, and that was for COVID. Prior to COVID, they listed that, so they kind of let you know, okay, what was going on. CDC down in Atlanta, I think They Clone Tyrone was actually down in Atlanta.
Sheesh. So, what'd you think of did you have anything that really surprised you in the movie? Like, oh, I wasn't expecting that. Because I'll tell you, the first thing was to me the first thing that happened was when what's the main character's name? Fontaine.
Yeah, Fontaine.
When Fontaine saw himself on the table.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
When I saw that, I was like, okay, I'm seeing like, okay, clearly there's the body over there.
Mm-hmm.
Clearly, okay, so what is he going to find? And then he pulls the cover back and he sees himself like,
Yeah.
okay, I thought he was so. That wasn't a dream.
Mm-hmm.
That actually happened. Kind of a plot hole. How did he get back in his bed?
Mm-hmm.
Like, it's kind of a plot hole. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But
so that means they. No, go ahead. I'm just thinking about.
Maybe they put him there.
Yeah, like they been knew he was gonna die. Like they knew.
I think that's the point, though.
They knew he gonna keep doing shit to die.
He represents a certain archetype that this drug dealer or this gangbang or whatever, he's a stick-up person, drug dealer, whatever, he's gonna always die.
Yeah, so we got a lot of him running.
So we got a lot of him running around. That goes to what we was talking about as far as, what goes on in the city, O Block and all that. How the police always just letting this shit go.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like if the police are doing their job properly, they should be able to find the perpetrators who are doing X, Y, and Z. Yeah. But they allow it to happen. Mm-hmm. And this is what, to me, Clone Tyrone is basically saying. We're allowing certain shit to happen because we need it to happen. Because, A, it's a lot of jobs and stuff that, are on the backs of people dying, right? You got paramedics, police officers, lawyers, the whole judicial system, the whole medical system, right? We getting organs up off motherfuckers. We doing, you know what I'm saying? You got ambulance, you're getting cars, you know what I'm saying? I mean, I'm talking about this is off the backs of niggas dying. Right? This a whole industry. Billions and billions of dollars is just being made off that.
So
ambulance.
Ambulance.
I just like it when other people can't pronounce shit like me. Then it make it seem like I'm
ambulance. But you got all these industries built off the back of people dying is basically what I'm saying. And it's like, that's what he was saying. Even when they went in the chicken place, immediately what came to my mind is Popeyes.
Popeyes, yeah.
Right? Prior to COVID, you had Popeyes. And niggas was in the line eating that shit, waiting like it's crack.
Yeah, chicken sandwich.
Having car accidents and shootouts. Still trying to get their chicken.
Yeah.
Right?
I think that's what they was referring to too.
Boondocks.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
but they just didn't want to put Popeye. They couldn't put Popeyes on there because of sue rights. But I think that's what they was referring to too.
I think so too.
That was definitely Popeyes. Yeah. And then it was when they first found a laboratory, and then Jamie Foxx he took what I thought was crack, and then he was holding the scientist up against the wall. He started laughing out of nowhere. Why are you laughing? Like, what's making you laugh? And then come to find out, it's in the powder. Mm-hmm. Like, and then you know what? Somebody pointed out to me that I didn't notice, but it was also a matter of taking the I guess traits and things you would see on black people and putting them on white people. I didn't catch that at first because I mean I heard them say like a white man with an afro or something like that. I heard them say that. Yeah. But then somebody pointed out later, like that's why you saw the gas station attendant with the afro and then the brown eyes. Then the other one, he kind of sound like he talks a certain way. You know what I mean? And so not only was there cloning going on, but there was experimentation going on.
Yeah. Okay.
I
just heard that from the conversation. I didn't even catch that.
That was crazy about the perm situation too, because back in the day they used to always talk about how them perms fuck up your head, it does this, it does this to you, and all that other stuff.
I was having a conversation with someone, and we were talking about, you remember Just For Me?
Yeah.
Just For Me. Yeah. And I was saying how that was crazy how you marketed that, knowing that, basically this is giving people fibroids. Right, they already knew what was gonna happen, but you're marketing that to girls, little girls. So basically, they putting this shit up in their hair from, 3, 4, 5 years old, and then you grow up getting perm, and you wonder why you have all these problems and issues with yourself. You see what I'm saying? You're not. I mean, not just physically, but you never know how it messes with your nervous system, how it messes with your brain, and so on, and why you think the way you think.
And it messes up with you reproducing.
Your reproductive system. You fuck around have to have a whole hysterectomy because of some shit like that.
Yeah, take out all your little lady parts.
Yeah, man, it was I like. What did you think of John Boyega's acting overall?
I mean, I didn't have a problem with it. It wasn't much that I feel like he needed to do. Like, you know, you can.
Yes. Go. Because I know you got some. I don't got nothing.
I thought so. I've seen John Boyega in other things.
Yeah,
Like I seen him in
Woman King. Turn that shit off. This nigga got all right. Turn it.
Seen him in Woman King. I saw
Star
that he was
Wars.
in Star Wars. I
Yeah.
didn't watch. I never watched any Star Wars. So.
Yeah, he be having his eyes bucking in Star Wars.
I thought I was satisfied with it until I actually had a conversation with Will.
Oh, okay.
And he pointed it out. Like, so the original that apparently the 4-day-old Fontaine met, right? The original Fontaine, we never really know his actual name. I guess it's Tyrone since they cloned him. But
Tyrone was the nigga at the end.
Right. And that was one of the things that I didn't realize. Like, it started raising questions in my head.
Who the fuck is
Tyrone? So apparently they killed the original. We never heard the original's name.
Yeah.
But the first time we hear Tyrone's name is at the end of the movie.
Mm-hmm.
When he was in LA, right?
When he was in LA. So
is that the original? Is that the main one in LA? Is that the main? They cloned him and then they took him to Atlanta.
That's what I think. That's what it was. Like, that was the original in L.A. and everything else was just a
clone of him.
Cause you know they always do experimental shit down south. Cause like them people like
you got CDC down there.
Yeah,
CDC
that's what I'm saying.
is in Atlanta.
Yeah, so they do everything experimental down south.
They do
the Tuskegee Airmen thing in Mississippi, the drinking, all that stuff they do experimental. They do down south.
Look at drill, right? Drill started here in Chicago.
Yeah,
right. It now has morphed into some other shit. It's all over the place. It's even in the UK. A place called. Those are people mimicking other people.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? You're mimicking. Like, you got GDs and BDs in the UK.
Uh-huh.
You see, like that something like that is. I mean, that's what I think they're saying as far as like cloning. Also, it's also just maybe not even a physical manifestation, but maybe a spiritual and a mindset of, you know, where. I don't know if I'm making any sense.
Yeah, I get you.
You see what I'm saying? It's a spiritual mindset where it kind of a spirit goes from one place to another, where you can have people acting a certain way, right? Even with what we got, the little ratchet little chicks and stuff out now. That's a spirit. That's a mindset.
Yes, the mindset is a practiced behavior, learned behavior.
Right. So it's not necessarily a person being physically cloned, but just more so the mindset is being cloned and moved around.
So that's what. And so, okay, let me read it first, and then I'll. Oh, I just lost it. But I went to your page and found a review. So it says, it's kind of lengthy. So let me make this clear for the ones who keep missing the message of this movie. You are the clone. The movie has nothing to do with Jamie Foxx being cloned. The movie is about you. All you drug dealers, scammers, gangsters, pimps, thoughts, hood rats, you are the clones. You are just carbon copies of the same stereotypes placed in neighborhoods across this country. You are allowed to thrive because what you are doing to the community keeps the property values low and the Caucasus out, which allows the powers to be to experiment freely on our communities without fearing of harming their own, which makes sense because when that looting was happening, it was local neighborhoods, right? You are the clones. You destroy your own living conditions for little to no financial gain and at the expense of your own families due to lack of self-esteem and knowledge of self. You are the clones. You can't, I feel like I'm reading a poem. You are the clones. You destroy your own living conditions.
Brother, you want a bean pie.
You can't see past your own block or your own hood because you've been programmed to be short-sighted to keep you from seeing far enough to see the bigger picture. The bigger picture is that you are the clone. Notice how Tyrone wasn't even a character in the whole story. Tyrone was the clone. at the end that he saw himself on the news after the truth was finally revealed. You are Tyrone. Also, notice how the whole hood had to actually come together to prevail. Please tell me that this didn't completely go over your head. My people suffer a lack of knowledge. The real question is, how long, though, Tyrone?
He hit everything on the head right there.
Tabernacle.
He hit everything on the head right there.
Glenn hands down Lord the second. It says that at the bottom.
No wonder he hit that on the head. He a second. So his daddy been spitting that shit. His daddy been spitting that shit since before he was in his nutsack.
He's a third generation of spitters.
But and that's it makes sense. That makes sense.
Makes a lot of sense of what he said.
And I noticed that's when I really started getting into the movie. When I saw after they ran through the club and the white guy came and was saying like, we need you to continue doing what you're doing. Mm-hmm. And he was explaining to them why they don't stop it from happening. Mm-hmm. They was explaining what you said, like how there's a lot invested in the way the hood is. Mm-hmm. From death to health related situations to not having an actual community to destroying each other, all of that. There's a lot of people profit off of it. And that's when I really started getting into a movie. I was like, oh man, I'm definitely gonna watch this at least one more time.
Let me ask you this: why don't you think the prostitute she was cloned?
That was a good question.
Yeah.
And cause you can't clone black women. They the motherfucking heartbeat of our
But it was other black women. It was other black women cloned.
But that's the real one, cause she had the real
prostitute?
afro. Yeah. She ain't shaved or nothing.
She had a real afro.
She was using crystal deodorant and shit. She wasn't even using regular deodorant. She charged
that might have been the, maybe she did represent black women.
You know what it was? She was 100% black. All them other ones had some European up in them.
She is from South Carolina.
100%. She was out the slave ship.
I haven't heard any.
Allegedly.
I haven't heard any theories. It's all to that particular thing. It was just questions as to why she didn't get cloned. Like nobody could answer. Yeah. And that's pretty much what I did happen to come across an answer. People were pretty much saying that
she's a black woman. You know they're gonna try to throw that in there.
It was crazy, bro. Like that. Somebody pointed out because so in the scene when they were clearly doing experiments and playing different music with the people in the experiment rooms or whatever, they were playing like rap music and they were fighting each other. Yeah. They were playing like music where they were talking about shooting each other. They whatever.
Music make them hug.
And then they play like love music and they was it the same people or was it different people? But in that room they started hugging and started like kind of being emotional with each other. But then when I didn't recognize what they were doing when they had Yo-Yo on the table putting a product in her hair. I was like, what? I mean, I see that she's calming down. Is that supposed to be perm? Yeah. Like what? But you already spoke on that. Like it's that was just. I think it was the. I don't think I've seen a more profound movie. Yeah. I just wish the actual filming was better, but
you don't think they filmed it like that on purpose, though?
I mean, there's a lot of plot holes. Like for instance, Fontaine, when he was asking his mother, like, did she want something from the store? Yeah. Then he found out that it was just a recording. Yeah. First of all, somebody pointed out to me that you would hear the machine click. If you pay attention to that scene, you'll hear the machine click and run the recording. But how long was he asking her?
But he was steady getting killed, so it was a new clone every time.
But
that's a new that was a new clone, every time. He was always going out repeating like the same day all the time because he was always getting killed.
Is that what you got from that?
That's what I got from it.
That's what I got from it. I mean, I think the particulars, the little minute things people are really focusing on too heavy on. Yeah. Like, how long, like, what make you didn't bust into the room? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I just got that he was always dying. Yeah. And this is just a reoccurring, basically, almost like a reoccurring dream that you're having. Yeah. You know what I mean? Like, what is that?
So that would mean that Yo-Yo was a clone too then. Mm-hmm. In order for him to repeat the same day over and over again.
Bro, it's clone. Everybody was clone.
Outside of the one chick.
But Yo-Yo, we saw a clone of Jamie Foxx's character.
No, not Yo-Yo. What's the other, the prostitute chick?
That was Yo-Yo.
No. Oh, yo, her name. I'm thinking you're talking about the,
Yeah.
No, she wasn't a clone, though.
That's what I'm saying. So how could he be repeating the same day and they not?
No, he's repeating the same day. She's just moving out through life. She's the only one who had basically free will to move to me.
Yeah.
He's just repeating the same thing. So he's going to wake up, do the same thing. That's why he always kind of act strange.
Yeah. Okay. So this is why I get a little confused. So he remembered when he woke up the first time. Mm-hmm. He remembered getting shot. Mm-hmm. So wouldn't he remember that he asked his mother constantly, like, "Do you want something from the store?"
I don't know. I think being shot is a trauma.
You forget that you asked.
You probably don't forget that you asked your mom. And it could have been a plot twist. I'm not. It's just something like.
And it's not necessarily. It doesn't necessarily need to be answered because it's not relevant to the story. That question is not relevant to the story. It's just a question like, how long were you asking your mother? Like, you never seen her leave for work?
I guess it's like, how long are y'all niggas gonna keep doing this? That's what it's boiled down to me. Like, how long are you niggas? We've been doing this for a long time.
When are y'all gonna realize that we doing this to y'all? Or
when you gonna realize that that's not your? When you gonna check in on your mama and see?
Make sure she's still breathing.
Right.
You get a hug or a kiss or a hug and touch her.
How long y'all gonna still go down and do this every day? You gonna stand on the corner every day. You gonna wear the same shit every day.
But shit, that's what happens now.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. The time was like we sit up and say, oh, well, they had a newer Tahoe, but then they were driving old cars. I think it's all meshed in together. Yeah. It's saying we've been doing this type of shit for a long time.
And until you leave them four corners of your block and see if it's a whole nother world out here, you go up north, go out south, go across Harlem, seeing that all this beautiful world out here, you be doing the same thing every day, going to get a 40 from the store, selling them, giving them food stamps, waiting on your checks every month on the 1st and the 15th, buying the same weed, same drugs from the same people that's walking around here.
So lastly, do you think the whole Jamie Foxx thing was publicity?
I don't know.
Because if it was, I feel like that was hell of a publicity stunt. Like, damn, because it made you...
Your sister is in tune with this one. She was going to talk about this for a while.
Oh, she said, I could see that Silicon Valley is into transhumanism too. So, yeah. But do you think what happened with Jamie Foxx, that this was basically a stunt? I seen something recently with Kevin Hart. I'm not sure. I didn't look any deeper into it. He's supposed to be down bad too.
Are he racing and pulled his motherfucker groin or some shit he did?
Is that what happened?
Yeah,
I don't know. It looked like he was sick or something.
You seen a little race where he pulled his groin, he in a wheelchair or something?
Oh, okay. Well, maybe he gonna be in a racing car movie or some shit.
Yeah. He was racing with the Steven. It was a running back. He raced with him and he fucked his like hamstring or something up. I was seeing.
He's in borderline. That based off the
but I just don't like to see cause what you say every day is like. I can understand it. Like, you doing all that for publicity for a movie, but it's like, at how much money would you put this stuff on your life or do something like that could probably jeopardize your health for real? Because you put stuff in the atmosphere, you put stuff in the universe, shit do come back to you. Mm-hmm. So you gonna fake this out and go and pay everybody whatever. I don't know if it's true or not, but I just don't be liking to see that come. Like, I don't think they'll do some shit like that.
No, people go.
They will. I understand it, but it's like I don't want to believe it.
That's fine.
But it still happened.
But you are the guy. What's dude in the Matrix? He eating
Neo?
the steak. He's eating the steak.
Agent Smith?
No, he's eating the steak, and he's saying, "I know the steak isn't real."
Cypher.
We got you don't want to be Cypher, like, cause you know what's on the other side.
Yeah.
And I think that's the problem. Once you start going down the rabbit hole and you seeing shit, it'd be like, damn, man, I don't want to believe this shit, but this shit be like true. And that's unfortunate. You know what I'm saying? We want to look like, oh, it's roses and shit outside. No, get real. Like they say, man, the real life is stranger than fiction.
It ain't roses, that's shit.
Yeah, that's what it is.
Real
It smell like doo-doo.
Yeah, and then that's the story behind the Matrix, really. Real life is stranger than Fake life. Them fiction. Sheesh.
Man. Woo. Damn, we coming up on how many?
2 hours, man. We're going to wrap that up.
All right, man.
Oh, y'all was happy to see me. I was happy to see y'all too, bro.
Blessings.
Thanks again, man. That was for inviting me, have me be a groomsman and all that, man. I actually really appreciate that for real, man.
You already know the thing. What I told y'all, nigga. I invite you to this wedding. You a brother now. It ain't no more. You was standing on the stage.
You want death row everybody.
Yeah, no, it ain't death row. It's just that I don't.
We brothers for life.
Thank you, Will. It's just that I'm not the dude that be moving around with having this group of friends for 5 years. This group of friends. No, nigga, no. You came to my wedding. I do not take that lightly. I know other people might take that lightly and just want to invite. No, you was in my wedding. I take that very seriously to me. So y'all are brothers. Now we get into it. Y'all just brothers I don't fuck with. But ain't nobody better not fuck with y'all. I can say that shit, but no other nigga can't say that shit. That's how I feel. That's just me. I don't know how other people feel or whatever like that. But I take that seriously.
Yeah.
Sounds like the Godfather.
Will said sound like the Godfather. Absolute beauty. I think that was a
mess.
That was a mess, man. Yeah, that was
a mess, man. We can leave him up to that because then nobody want to come.
Oh yeah. That was a mess.
Go check out the No Absolutes podcast with Will Hill, man. He said you're at my wedding. Will said you're at my wedding and you do this to me. What did Zell say? Oh, what did he say in training day? Was it?
Put cases on all you motherfuckers. Put cases on you. You gonna do this to me? You know what that is? Motherfuckers will be eating motherfuckers. What is that? Pelican Bay?
Pelican
You'll be eating motherfucking whatever at Pelican Bay fucking with me.
So yeah,
the Russians got his ass though.
Go check out the No Absolutes podcast with Will Hill. It's a great dude over there. This has been another rendition of the KNoWKi podcast. Wear your crown, build your legacy, kings. I'm your man, Spaces.
It's Jay every day.
Hey man, I'm your boy Maul and I'm married. Meeting the term.